So when in doubt, meditate it out. Wow, I can't believe I just came up with that. Kind of want that tattooed.
Your eyes were bright green and they pulled me into you. It's always summer in your arms. It's always summer in your arms.
Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, Mary's Cup of Tea. I am so glad you're here because today I'm switching up the scenery a little bit and I'm streaming to you from my meditation space, which happens to be my living room. And I'm sitting in my meditation space because I just finished meditating and I really wanted to do another video on meditation. Now this one's gonna be a little bit different because I'm not here to convince you that meditation is good for you, because I feel like there's just so much stuff out there proving that you don't need that anymore. But the thing that I struggle with the most is actually doing it. So this video is going to be about how to actually start meditating once you've already decided that you should meditate. So today I have 3 tips for you on how to make meditation fun and exciting and something that you're actually going to stick to. So my first tip is to get excited about meditation. Now I talk about this a lot, but it's because it's really important. So for you to actually do something consistently, you have to really like it or really see some sort of benefit to it. So what I mean about getting excited about it is not necessarily get hyped up about your meditation practice, but really create the sacred space of peace and calm and joy and love for yourself. Now, the only way to do that is to actually do really nice things for yourself. So what this looks like for me is when I begin to meditate, I make myself my favorite cup of tea. So you guys know I love my tea. And I light candles or incense, so I make the place smell good. I make sure I have a hot beverage that tastes good. I also play some music, like some calming music that I like. My favorite artist, by the way, for like pre-meditation prep is Trevor Hall. He has some really good, calming, loving music that just really gets you in the zone. And I play the music, and I also I'll sit down on my mat and I'll stretch a little bit beforehand. So this creates the space before I even sit down to actually do the meditation. So before I even do anything, before I turn on my guided meditation, I'm already in that mood that whoa, feeling zen is feeling pretty good. This kind of makes me want to continue feeling zen. So then I go and I do my guided meditation. So that is the first step, is to get excited about your meditation practice by setting the space of love and peace and joy through various things that express love for yourself. Oh, and I also would like to suggest, if you have nice weather where you're at, I highly recommend going out in nature and making that a part of your space, because nature is really soothing, it's calming, everything about it screams zen. And even if you live in downtown, or even if you live somewhere noisy, sometimes just getting some air and getting out of your house and sitting somewhere by a river or people watching or somewhere where you feel super serene and at peace, that could just be the thing that gets you really excited about meditation. So let's move on to the second tip about how to actually do your meditation practice. And that is, make your meditation time in a transition phase. Now I know that sounds a little weird at first, but we all know that we have to make time for the things that are important to us. So this begs the question, when is the best time to meditate? And for me personally, there's no best time to meditate. But the time that you're probably actually going to do and commit to, which is what this video is about, is probably during a transition time. And I got this idea from various different thought leaders that talk about how important it is to protect your transition time. And a transition time is anywhere where you're switching from one task to another, or one environment to another, or one role to another. Because we all play different roles in life, we all do different things, we're not the same person throughout the whole day. Nobody just sits and does one thing for the whole day. So Brendon Burchard, for example, talks about when he's on his way home from work, he's driving and he'll physically say, release. Like the word release is his trigger to release everything that happened from work and switch into the role of being husband, father, or whatever. So the reason why I think that the perfect time to implement meditation is during a transition time is for two reasons. One, a lot of us don't use our transition times very efficiently and effectively. So a lot of us will drive in the car and, for example, we'll listen to music or kind of zone out a bit or talk on the phone instead of being very intentional about switching to our next project or role. So I know I'm guilty of this. Sometimes when I'm driving, instead of being really intentional and mindful about what I'm about to do or setting my intentions for the day or the space that I want to create wherever I'm going, I'll just zone out and I'll listen to music, or I'll just mindlessly talk on the phone with somebody and kind of just waste time, if that makes sense. Or for example, if I'm getting ready for bed, instead of doing a sacred nighttime ritual, which even though I'm really committed to that, sometimes and quite often I can slip up and during my nighttime ritual, I'll lay in bed on my phone, which is something that I don't necessarily want to do. So the reason why this is such a great time and place to implement some sort of meditation is because more likely than not, you already have the time for it there. And the second reason why I think that this is a perfect time for meditation is because we need this calming energy in transition phases of our life. Because this day and age, we live our life like go, 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 get it done. And I mean, it's great. I'm glad people are getting stuff done. I'm glad we live in a productive society and everybody's so driven. But at the same time, it's very detrimental for your health to not take proper rest period, not give your mind a break, and not just physically just breathe a little bit. So I think that this creates a win-win. So how I implement meditation in transition phases is usually, more often than not, I'll meditate in the morning as part of my morning routine. And that's the transition from waking up to being a present human being in society. And or if, say, I didn't do it in the morning for whatever reason, I'm rushed or life gets in the way, and it happens, morning routine gets a little shaky, I will meditate after school. So this is another transition period where I come home from school, I'm transitioning from being a student to being a business owner, for example, and I need those 10 minutes of peace and quiet, of grounding, of centering, of intention setting. So hopefully this is something that you can implement because it's a little bit counterintuitive and overlooked, but transition phases in your life are crucial if approached the right way. So when in doubt, meditate it out. Wow, I can't believe I just came up with that. Kind of want that tattooed. Maybe I'll just get that on like a t-shirt or something. When in doubt, meditate it out. I love that. So that is the second way to actually implement your meditation, is to make it during a transition period. So my third and final tip to help you with meditation is to remember that meditating for 10 minutes per day is better than meditating for 5 hours a month. So even though you might be meditating for more total time, that doesn't matter, because meditation is a daily consistent practice, and you'll really feel the benefits of it if you treat it as a daily and consistent practice. Now, the only way to do this is to ritualize it. So ritualize the thing that brings you love and joy and peace and calm, because most of us already know that after we meditate, we feel different. We feel centered. We feel like we would feel after a yoga class, just like pure and clean and loving and wanting to hug everybody. So I know that this is the way my meditation makes me feel. So the only way we'll be consistent with it is by ritualizing it, by making it during our transition periods, or by getting excited about it and creating a routine about it, doing nice things for ourselves. So ritualizing your practice, whether that's 10 minutes or 30 minutes per day, that is so much more beneficial long-term than going to a weekend retreat where you binge meditate and then say you don't meditate for the next year. Just like anything in life, something is better than nothing. And I'm really trying to bring in the balance and the harmony instead of all this extremism that we have going on in society nowadays. So hopefully these 3 tips resonated with you. Get excited about your meditation practice, make it during a transition period, and remember that something is better than nothing. So I really hope you guys enjoyed your video. I am gonna start making a bit more videos on meditation and how I use it in my life, because I'm still at this kind of beginner stage of meditation, and I think it's really valuable to share like all the ebbs and the flows that go into it, and all the different ways that we can meditate, and all the benefits, and how amazing and centering it can be in our lives. So please give me a big thumbs up below if you like this video, and comment your thoughts and what you want to see in the future. Share with your friends, and as always, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my future videos, which come out every single week. Thank you everybody for joining me on Mary's Cup of Tea. I will see you guys later.
Look at me now.